Nice to see you all again.
You too.
Nice to see you too.
Yes, it's been a long time.
It's
since I've
been
in
it's
church.
been 1 year this month.
1 year this
Really?
month, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You keep good tabs, huh?
No, I was just recording stuff last night and noticed it was this month a year ago that we donated to you.
Oh, cool. Right on. Well, they're hungry.
Who's hungry?
The Haitian people. No, they're doing very well. Okay. Yeah. I've been in contact with them about every day, and a couple weeks ago they sent me a song. They've been having church at home because they do have the same problem there in Haiti. It came there late when everybody else, even the DR, had something like 7 people already that were with the coronavirus. And they have now over 1,000 there in Haiti. I don't know how anybody here wants to classify the coronavirus, whether it's a death or hit by a car or whatever, but you know, whatever you guys want to think and believe, that's that's our individuality there. But they're doing well. Through other donations people give weekly, I've been able to keep them fed. So far they haven't gone a day without any food or water or gas
Oh,
or cooking
praise the Lord.
or anything like that, yeah. I do have the rent's due for another year coming in August. It's $4,000. I have 3, and we've been in talking with the landlord lady who lives in Florida, and she understands. I mean, she's living in the same situation as we all are, and we've been trying to ask her if she's going to lower the rent for this situation, what she's going to do about it, you know. And I've let her know that we have $3,000, and so pray about that. I just, you know, again, I just want to thank the people who continually donate weekly, monthly. It's just been awesome. I mean, it's kept my worries way down, you know, of how they're going to get fed, and to see the children hungry. I don't want to see that, you know. And so they're doing really well. But a couple weeks ago, they sent me a song, and I want you guys to hear it. They didn't finish it. They sort of stumbled around at the very end of it. But it's very cute. They've been having church at home, having school at home, and but they're enjoying life. I don't know how many of you can see that picture, but this is the family. The little boy on the right is our newest little orphan. His name is Richardson, and then you have Andrew and Lonice, and Richardson is ADHD, has the attention deficit syndrome, and
Oh, wow.
he's a wonderful little kid. He'll actually. Their property in their house is probably as big as this whole area, you know, with the house, and then there's a wall around it like we would have a fence, you know, but that's just what they have, and he'll wander off into the corner, and he'll spend a couple hours there, and he'll occupy himself. Just, I mean, they just, you know, start talking and playing, you know, and the other 2 kids are, you know, trying to play kickball or something like that in a little area, probably maybe like the kitchen area, just a little area, you know, because they don't have much there. But they are enjoying themselves. Aislinn is trying to teach them a little bit of English, which she knows a bit of English, and so that they can have something else to learn rather than just French and schoolwork and math and stuff like that.
Are you learning any Haitian?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. I can show you some texts where that's all I do is text Haitian. We actually, when we started, I got this phone for the reason to text with them and keep in contact. This can text. My other flip phone couldn't text, so I had to go this route, which I don't really like. But anyways, no, when we started texting, she wanted to learn more English, and I wanted to learn Creole. So the whole thing was, I would text her in Haitian, or Creole, and she would text me in English. And then where we saw, we would be teachers to each other. You didn't do this right, or you didn't spell that right, or I don't understand what you're talking about, and all this kind of stuff. So we're actually been doing really,
Cool.
I'm getting very good where I can text real fast in Haitian, and they don't even speak with like words like say with, at, of, any of the personal pronouns and stuff like that. They don't speak that. They speak just plain words, but they call mine English Creole, because it's done in a, how would you like the day to be? I mean, that's the way I was taught, and I can't figure out how to speak backwards, saying, be like, how would you like? I'm going, oh. But that's the way they speak it, so, but I can't write it that way. So they call mine an English Creole, but that's okay. But I'll let you listen to the song. It should come across pretty good here.
What date did you do that on?
I was there, I left the 19th of,
No, what date did you put that on? Did you put it on Facebook?
yeah, I did put it on Facebook as a post. I don't remember.
Okay.
How many years have you been associated with the Haitian?
4,
4.
yeah. Come on.
Chaque jour, jusqu'à soleil, marchons avec Christ, marchons avec Jésus seul, marchons avec Christ, marchons chaque jour, jusqu'à...
That was about the end of it. But they are having church at the house there, and it's a nice little house, and it's from where they lived in Naza in the ghetto when I first met them. It's a very lovely place to live.
Well, they were saying something about Yesu.
No.
Oh.
Jay-Z. Jesus, yes. Yeah. That's what this says. Jesus is real in Creole. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But they're doing very well. I mean, they're trying not to be fearful, like us. We're trying to walk in the love of God and not have fear. And it's hard when you hear stuff and you see stuff and you see the news and you see the protests going on around and stuff like that. I imagine it touches us all in different ways. And but the main thing is we got God. And
Amen.
In Him we have freedom. We can walk in freedom in the peace of Jesus Christ and in His love. And that's what they try to do down there. We were talking earlier, I think when they just came in about making a joyful noise, we were talking about the singing and everything. It reminded me right then when they said that about 2 Easters ago, I was in Haiti. And I was in bed this one night, and I used to go to bed about 8 o'clock, no matter if it's sun up or sun down. And just up the street is a voodoo temple. And they still worship the voodoo down there. And all of a sudden, I probably just got to sleep, and you hear this clang, bang, clang, bang, clang, 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 bang. No rhythm to it any of all. Like we were talking about making a joyful noise. This was a noise. And they did it all night long till sun up the next morning. And they made their way down the street, which is probably a good mile. And they were so loud you could hear them fading and fading out of hearing, sound. And I was going, oh, now I can get to sleep. And here they would turn around and they'd come back, make their way back. And when I got up the next morning, I remember telling Mama, I says, I should have grabbed my Bible and gone out there and started preaching the gospel to them. And she goes, that wouldn't have been too safe. But I was there, if I recall, it was the 19th of December, and I arrived home on January 11th, just in time for lockdown. And it was an exciting time down there. We did the food distribution, and actually we did two one in Maasai, in the village of Maasai with the people, and we did another one to an orphanage down there, which was really neat to see that a new group of kids. We were taking care of another orphanage down there 2 years ago, and they turned away from walking with the Lord. And as much as I hated to not associate with them, that's what they did. They started doing things with the children that weren't right, and it just wasn't a good thing. And so we stopped associating with that orphanage there. And some of the things they do down there, they sell their children for money. They put them into the trafficking business, and we found this out. And I got this one lengthy text. It was probably about a football long on text on Facebook, and I had to send it back to Haiti. And I asked him, I says, "What does this say?" Because it was all in Haitian, and I can read a little bit of it, but without my dictionary, I don't read too well with it. And they text me back saying, these people went crazy. They've said that we're doing all kinds of things, holding money back, and just doing bad things for them. And I says, just stop. And as much as I hated to see the kids, we found out also that they were bringing extra kids there when they found out we were coming. They would have the neighborhood kids just come in there, and so it looked like they had a big group of kids. And we found out a lot of stuff down there about them, so we just disassociated with them, but we did pick up another one. And this lady, she's got 3 parts to her name. She's an American lady, but she spends most of her time down there in Haiti. And if I ever get a chance to go back, I want to go see her orphanage. The dining room table in this orphanage, I saw it. It's like almost as long as from there, that wall to that wall. And all you see was just kids on both sides. And they live there. They have a school there. They have work that they do there, that they raise money, to help the orphanage itself. They do a lot of metal stamping, making different ornaments out of metal and things like that, really aluminum, and they tint it and make different colors. They make palm trees and leaves, and some of the stuff I've seen on Facebook they've been putting on there. But I'm hoping if I ever get to go back that I can go by and see her orphanage and play with the kids, see what happens down there. But everybody's doing okay, it's just some get the virus, some are living in poverty. Food is getting hard though to buy down there. It's been mainly coming from the DR. The shipping has stopped into the area. Even my friend that ships, my friend actually lives in Toledo, and he has a shipping company out of Mobile, Alabama. And I sent Bibles down there. I sent 100 Bibles down there, and they were so mad at me. They weighed over 65 pounds. And they told me anything that I could get down there, they would take into Haiti, and it wouldn't cost me anything. And they would get it through customs. They said that box they carried off the boat, they says about tore their backs trying to, because it wasn't on wheels or it wasn't in a bag. It was just a big box, They says, don't ever, this is 40 pounds, that's it. But I sent down 100 Bibles, and they went to a school down there, and I know the teacher personally. He's a good man, and he wants to teach the English classes, what he did at the school. That's how I got into the schools through this gentleman. And he wants to teach them all the Word of God in English. And if I recall, in fact, my mom told me stories about this when I was a little kid, that when she went to school back in the Ozarks, that was one of the first things they read as a reading book was the Bible.
Yeah.
And then I think it turned into the McGuffey Reader after that, you know. But, so I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to send any more Bibles down, but
Put them on wheels.
you put them in a tote bag.
Smaller boxes.
Well, smaller boxes, they still charge you a lot for, you know, and that's the thing, you know, you try to get as much as you can. It's one thing
Oh.
I've been doing with the, like the money that I get to send down there. I was sending down 250 to 300 every other week, or every week for groceries. And, you know, because there's Mama, Aislinn, Esther, Robertson, Richardson, Lonice, and Andrew, and then we have another little boy. His name is Michelson, and he comes and goes, and so we try to take care of him and his mama as well. But if I send down anything up to about $700, it costs $15 through Western Union, and they can pick it up down there. But if I send, say, like 500, I'm only spending the 15 once, and they get more of the money for groceries that way. Whether it's if I send it every week, spending 15, you know, that ends up being about $60, rather, you know, that they could have put into a 55-pound sack of rice or something like that, you know, which would last them a week or so, you know. So, and they do feed some of the people that come by. There's a lot of people. When I was there, this one lady, she didn't know. They just, she asked if the white man's there, and that's what she calls me. She's a widow. Her husband died a number of years ago, and she lives in a small little place. I don't even know how to compare it. Maybe the size of one of those bathroom stalls in the men's. I don't know what the ladies looks like, but like the men's, you know, not really big. And that's what she lives in. And they showed me as we walked by one day. And every once in a while she'll come by and she'll knock on the door, on the gate, and they'll let her in, and she just wants a meal. She has no other way. She's no place to cook it, no money to obtain food, and so they'll say, she'll say, can I do your laundry for a meal? You know, they'll feed her and with whatever they have had for the meal, and then she'll go over and do their laundry. If it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, she'll do the laundry. You know, she'll help sweep whatever. You know, just. And so they help out. It was really weird. For a long time, they would tell me this through text, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm sending money down so you guys can eat, and you're giving all the leftovers to everybody else, you know, and it was bothering me here and here, you know. And when I was down there this last time, I'm not sure if it was this last time or the time before, but the lady came to the door, and Aislinn and I had been talking and about that very same thing, and she sat down at the table, and she didn't know that I was there, and I come out of the room and I saw her, and she looked at me like, oh wow, she didn't feel worthy of sitting at our table. She wanted to go outside and eat. And I says, no, go ahead, sit at the table. And I turned back around and walked back into my room, and the Holy Spirit told me, he says, they're doing just what they're supposed to do. As they have been being blessed, they are blessing others.
Right.
And I didn't look at it that way. I was looking at they were giving all their excess food to other people rather than keeping it for later
If nothing
on,
else,
know?
you could look at it as their tithe.
Exactly. So that gave me peace here, you know, when the Holy Spirit said that to me, that they were blessing others as they have been blessed. And so that gave me so much more peace.
Yeah,
you know?
and that'll grow.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you know, I'm, you know, we're not only teaching them, but they're teaching me too, you know. And I miss them. You know, we talk all the time, and it's been, like, say, since the 11th of January when I got back, and the kids, I miss playing with the kids, and yeah, going for ice cream and all that kind of stuff. We used to walk all the way across town to go get ice cream, and it was quite a walk. It's the only one place that had it, that had a freezer. So, but no, I thank you for all your help, your prayers, your support, and And I thank you for loving God and this church here today. That's the first church I've been to since I got back. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, so it's been great. So, but nice to see you all again.
I was wondering about, you posted a while back that there was a bunch of items that you sent stolen from UPS.
Right.
Was that down there or was that up here?
That was after I got back into the States. The lady that I was telling you about that has an orphanage down there in Haiti. Those kids make all these different ornaments. I have some at my house. One is like these 2 palm trees, and it says peace, love, and joy. And it's all stamped out of metal. And some of it they tint, to get some of the green color. If they use copper, you can get it to turn green, like palm trees and stuff. Another one I have is a fish that's over my doorway at my house. And she had that whole thing full of these different ornaments that the kids made to sell. And she has them shipped back over here, and then she sells them on Friends and whatever through her church there in the United States. Well, the UPS or somebody, after it got into the United States, took a razor, you could tell, and just cut the edge of the box out and took everything else out and put this funky tape back on it and finished the shipment. And when it got there, apparently, I read her post, it said that, she said this wasn't even the box, the original box that it was sent in. So, but that's all I know about it, so yeah. I think her name is Shelly. I don't really know how to say the rest of her name, but it's Shelly something. But she's a nice lady. I talked with her on Facebook a lot, But I've talked to her about going down to her orphanage. It's about 2 hours out of Port-au-Prince where I stay down there. And I'd like to go sometime, but who knows what's in the future other than God. So, yeah. So. But thanks for letting me come this morning.
Oh, thank you.